Alrighty, here we go. Round two. After a nice 3-hour setup. This is Lemur, right here. And I'm going to show you really quickly how this works in real-time action here. Okay. We have a Cubase Pro 8 project open. And the first thing I am going to show you is... Hold on here, let me just adjust this, make sure everything's good. Alrighty. Okay, got the GoPro going on the TV. Got the screen grab program going and the webcam. Got the audio running on another program. Very complex setup for one machine to handle. Okay, here we go. Now I'm running at 32 buffers right now, and I'm hitting about 5% CPU on a i7 machine with 64 gig of mem. Okay, here's what we got. Now my Lemur template. Okay, here's what's cool about this. As I mentioned before in the other tutorial, these buttons here, I can go bar forward, bar backwards, and my second screen, if I choose to do rewind or fast forward, I could just go forward. And what I like about it is that it stops when I hit the button again. So I could just let it go, stop it, and then I could switch it to fast, rewind, fast forward, and see how it goes real quick. That's great. Now if I switch back to the other page, that's still on bar, you know? So that's still going to the bar setup, which is great. And then I got frame, advance, frame backwards. I got locate event, so if I click on here, I could locate the next event, locate previous event, select event, see? And here's the locate event. It's working nice. My up and down arrows for selecting the tracks. This will select the next event. Previous event. Then I have the frames, like I said. If I need to bar up by frames. If I go, let me see, left frame. Even if it's set on a grid, you know what might be happening. I have two versions in the window going. Let's see here. Okay, there's the frame. Right frame. Then I have the loop play selection. What's cool about this is if I click this, and I use this a lot, is when I just want to hear the clip. That'll just play the selection once. Now if I loop it, what that does is looping it sets it up and loops it. And that comes in handy when I especially when I edit say vocal pitches. What I can do with that is select like say 4 or 5 notes and just loop it and move them up and down. And then I have a zoom in and out here, which is nice. Because the stop, like I said, play works as stop also. And then I have my cycle, which I turn off. Now, here's this cool macro I was telling you about. This macro, okay, what I'll do is I'll put a external, I'll put my, I'm all tangled up in wires here, so it's kind of hard to see. Okay, here's my M1 XL, and let me get rid of that lower range. Okay, so now you hear that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that. First, let me check my render and play settings. Okay, I want channel settings. I don't want to hide the tracks. I want to keep these unchanged. And then I want to keep them as separate events, so everything's the same. Now what this is going to do is, this one button right here, this render to new track version, and this is running through an external effect. So what this does, it's going to take that track, and I have, it's going to give you a dialog that says external effect must be used in real time. On the up press from the button is an enter command from the ASCII keyboard. So that takes care of the dialog when I lift up my finger. So now this is going to render that external effect to a new track version on that track. Here we go. And it's also going to name it. It's going to give me a chance to name it when I'm done. Boom. And I'll just type M1. I can use my enter here. There we go. Now let me bypass this. And there we go. Now the track is printed with the reverb. And you can see here in the track versions. Let me loop selection. As you can see, the track version here, I have the original dry. Pretty slick, huh? And now I have, let's go, we could delete that. Let me take this off here. Alrighty. Now, in my main editing page, like I said, it's basically clip-based. So, all I have to do is, I can go select events. I'm going to take, say I want to remove those fades. I could take the fades off. There we go. And, I'll do the same to here, remove fades. I can even add the event, add the next event. So I could add them all and remove the fades on all of them. And then select, let's see, I could select this, I could increment the fade in, the fade out. Go to the next one, I can move it, nudge it back and forth. Right now I have it set up to the quantized grid. So it's moving it up and down by quantize. Select my next one. Same thing, moving it, extending the end. And if I change my grid here to, there's beats, and now here's bars. So now that's going to move by bars. Boom. And what's nice about it is if I'm spotting anything to film, I could just put this on frame. And let me fast forward a little bit here. And say if I need to spot something on the frame, what I could do is very easily just move ahead. It's because I have two new windows running. And I'll put this on frame. And I want this clip, and I have the video, which is perfectly locked up to the timeline. And all I have to do is move the cursor. Bang. And say it's not exactly on. Go a little bit left, a couple frames, move the cursor. Boom. That's done. How quick is that? I can move the loop region too here with that. Now, let's go to the next thing really quick. I'm going to show you. Is the MIDI control. Here's a Halion Sonic track, and these are let me go to my page here that has I'll put on a chord track. Okay, here's some chords. Oh, that starts at, what does that start? C2. Then I have a velocity setting that my friend in the forum set up for me. And then I put a sustain in here if I want to hold out the chords. And now I could, now if I take the player off, if we were just playing straight up notes, it's nice because you could, move my range up here. That's just a generic. Those are generic CCs. Here's velocity. Move the range up here. Now I'm running at, like I said, 32 buffers, which is, usually I could run this computer at 16, but I have 3 programs running right now, so. So that comes in handy. Now, for, this is the cool thing. Now this is my, automation page, basically. Which, let me get rid of these 2 puppies. And what this automation page does is it's a single channel. Let me loop selection. Now this has that follower I was telling you about. Bring my control down a little bit. And what I can do here is this will chase the level at whatever speed I put it on. And if I write automation fades, it's a nice smooth fade. So if I want to do nice smooth, well, that's real slow. And this works as a regular fader too. And what's nice about it is if I have it around here, and I can always just keep on moving the value up and down. Now this thing right here is the this panner is what I was telling you about with the ball. This controls left and right, and this is a 5.1, so this will do rear. So now if I have this running, right now it's going to be bouncing around from left, right, left, now it's going to go back to the rear channels, up to the left. I got my speed here. If I click it in the center, it's going to go to the center, and I can restrict the movements to left and right. So it could be a nice auto pan effect too. And like I said, it'll write a nice smooth automation curve because it's drawing basically a linear curve, so that's always fun. All right, now like I said, the sends page work, the regular channel strip basically is the same, but the left and right is just going to be let's play selection here, loop selection. I have the follower set up to be left and right, so if I want to slide that over to the right, nice and slow, there it goes. Bring it back to the center pretty quick. All I do is put on center, ready for my spot, hit it. And then, you know, you put it in different spots. And then you can have it, like I said, just move the values. And the fader will chase. And I can also, you know, even just touch it, and it works the same way. Pretty slick, huh? Now, what else do I need to show you? Let's see. The tracking page. Now, if I'm doing a punch-in, my new cool way of doing punch-ins is this. I'm not going to arm the track because I don't know what's going to happen, but I set my start point here, okay? Here's where I set my punch-in point. Here's my punch-out point. Now, from wherever I start playback, okay, wherever I punch in from, it's going to start from that first marker. Boom. So no matter where I am in the project, when I do a punch-in, it goes right to there. So it's kind of like having a pre-roll already set up. And then when I want to do another one, I'll set my start point, set my punch-in point, punch-out point, and then I could even hit punch-out here, and hit it here. I got punch-out going, punch-in, boom. And then we're out. It's the coolest way to do it because sometimes, you know, the singers want 2 bars, you know, pre-roll. Sometimes they only want 1. So I could go back and just set, you know, a start point if they want to hear it farther back, you know. And like I said, if they want to just hear it from where I am, I could just go 2 left and play it. And they're like, oh, let's do that again. Punch in. Starts from the same spot. So it's a great way to do it. Great way, great way. Now, what else do I got here? Automation, mixing, main editing page. I showed you my render to track thing, which is very, very cool. And that's basically it. And I'll have more videos setting up. Oh yeah, I'll show you the shuttle thing real quick. Like I said, the shuttle was and what I like about it too is like I can keep it like this and let go of it, and it'll just keep shuttling until I touch it or hit stop. So it basically will same thing with the fast. That's what I like about the fast rewind and fast forward. I could just let them go and hit it to stop it. This way, if I'm going through a large project, I could, you know, kick in on fast forward, you know, and it's just going to be blasting through the project, you know, at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And oh, there we go. That's where I need to be. Same thing. Go back. Boop. It's real slick. But like I said, the shuttle command is variable, which is nice. And the way the slip cursor thing runs, let me zoom in a little bit here for you. It's not the way the jog wheel works, but if I need to find a beat over like a kick drum or a snare, I can just slip it, like the old video decks used to be. So that works out nice. And really quick, let me just show you the navigation page with the keyboard. These are, like I said, set markers. So if I need to set 3 markers here, you know, I could set 1. I'll set 1, set 2, set 3, and then I could just go to marker 1, to marker 3, to marker 1, 2, and 3. And I have up here, sometimes large projects have like 50 or so cycle markers, you know, if I marker at scenes. So I could just go to marker and just hit 2. And there we go. To marker 3. Now if I had like a cycle marker and I had scene 55, I could just go 5, 5. Takes me to scene 55, you know. And it's quick. And if you notice, the dialogue doesn't stay on the screen very long. So if you have to go here and then fiddle around on a keyboard, it's much easier just to have it right here in front of you. 2 marker, boop. 2, bang. Real handy. Like it, love it a lot. So there's the pages. There's the editing page. Like I said, is basically for the timeline. Editing 2 concentrates on, I have my workspaces, media bay, mixer, loops, my VSTs. And then this is clip based, basically. This covers my clips, you know, moving them, nudging them. The first editing page has all my, you know, mains and phones, external, and they're all bi-directional, so they like the dim command, you know, knows where the dim is, so it turns it back on. And the mixer page is for basically my mixer agents, sends, add track functions. Here I have that set up for if I need to add multiple tracks, automation, and then I have the 2 channel strips, the inserts, like this track. If I have an insert on here, I'll just throw something on real quick. Let's just throw a UA plugin on here, or anything. Give me a UA plug, UA, DBX 160. Now if you'll see, that comes up already. So I can close the window. Now this will edit that plugin because it's on that track, and then that'll close it. And then I could turn it off. Like I said before, what happens is with UA plugins is you have to open it up and physically turn it off. This will do that. This will turn it off without me opening it up. And then this will bypass it, and then edit it, and then close the editor. So even if I switch tracks, you'll notice what'll happen here is, see how this will this doesn't go away. This is all screwed up because I got the 2 new windows running, but normally this will go out because it's on a separate track and these are bi-directional commands. So see the green light there, so it's showing me that plugin's on. So if I say have it bypassed, that track doesn't have any plugins on it, so it comes back here bypassed. There you go. Now I'm going to explain to you in further detail about the setup of this extenuating lemur project. Define channel, which I love. You know, I could just boom. And that really comes in handy when the channel strip is up, because if you have a lot of tracks and you need in your automation on one track and you have 60, 70 tracks of audio, you just pull it up, there it is, you know. And like I said, it's also bi-directional too. So if I click on this track, you know, it's sending and receiving the information. So alrighty, thank you much for watching. And I will get back to you soon with the setup instructions.